What's up, everybody? It's your boy Kai, and today we got an exciting topic to talk about. I know a lot of people have been wanting to know that have been getting into Airbnb, and people that also are new to Airbnb, don't know about Airbnb, and want to know more ways of how to save money when it comes to getting inside your Airbnb and furnishing it, etc. I have that all throughout my YouTube. When I tell you guys, I have several YouTube videos on Airbnb, how to save money on your furniture, how to talk to the homeowners, how to talk to landlords. I have a lot of content going on there. So make sure you guys go check that out. But before we go ahead and start this video, all right, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. That way you'll be updated every time your boy drop a fire video, all right? So the topic is, how do we get 8 weeks of free rent on Airbnb, all right? For the newcomers that are coming into Airbnb, and also for the people that are in Airbnb and just moving throughout your first, probably second Airbnb, and you're kind of getting familiar with Airbnb. And now you're kind of like, okay, well, I spent this money on this Airbnb and I spent this amount of money on this Airbnb. How can I start saving money when I go to these apartment complexes or homeowners and landlords? All right. So today we're going to talk about this. And I want y'all to know, make sure y'all hit that like button, because nobody is giving this game out for free. Nobody is giving this out for free at all. Everybody is pretty much giving it away in their course or ebook, which also I do have a ebook called Demand Your Market, which tells you exactly how to get into Airbnb and how to get into Airbnbs without owning them. So rental arbitrage, it talks all about that. It helps you out with your script to talk to them, and even more. That will be down in the link below if you guys want to check that out. But we're about to get ready to go ahead and get to the video, okay? Now, if you are a newcomer, like I said, inside of Airbnb, and you're wanting to know how to get free rent for 8 weeks, I'm about to get ready to give you some good tips on what to say and what to do, and also what I use and many other people use to be able to pull this trick on apartment complexes and landlords and homeowners, okay? Now it's pretty much the same way. It's pretty much the same thing, all right? I want everybody to know the first thing is that you have, okay? Well, we don't want to say have to, okay? It's very, very best that you ask the homeowner, landlord, or apartment complex that you are talking to. First of all, let me get on this. If it is a apartment complex, the thing that will help you guys out better, okay, is first of all, a 3-year lease, okay? A 3-year lease. Why a 3-year lease, Kai? Because the average person is going to go out and ask for a 1-year lease, okay? With the 1-year lease, of course, the apartment is going to tell you, hey, listen, your down deposit and your first month's rent is going to be this, all right? Because that's the average lease sign, right? Everybody usually comes up, whether it's business or whether it's personal, the average lease is a year, okay? Now, when you're coming to them with a 3-year lease, all right? That knocks everybody out the park, first of all, okay? When you're coming with a 3-year lease, that's more like a guaranteed 3 years that this business is going to pay for this rent, all right? So you have room to negotiate, okay? You have room to negotiate. That is major for apartment complexes and also homeowners, okay? Some things with homeowners that are good when you talk to homeowners that benefit them the most when you tell them this is that the simple fact, you let them know that you're going to give them a 3-year lease, okay? But not only that, this is the backfire. This is the good part, all right? Check this out. I want y'all to really write this down. When you tell them that you want to sign a 3-year lease with them, you also double back and let them know this is for homeowners. You want to double back and let them know, hey, sir, also I want to let you know within these 3 years that we're signing this lease, I think that this house will look 10 times better to a buyer if you were ever trying to sell this house as a showcase. All right. I think this house has looked 10 times better showing to a buyer as a showcase house. By a showcase house, I mean when the buyer comes in, he looks at the house, he views the house, it will look 10 times better in his eyes as the house fully furnished, decorated as a Airbnb at that moment than him walking in and the whole place is empty. Okay? 10 times of him wanting to buy more, okay? And I'm pretty sure I could agree with that. You guys can agree with that. If you just walk into a place and it's very empty, you know, that's why sometimes, well, a lot of times, apartment complexes have that little display area to where you can go look at the fully furnished apartment. That way you can see how your apartment is eventually going to be, right? Where's my water? Y'all done drunk all my waters up, okay? All right, so like I said, that is something definitely beneficial that you can double back. Those are like two beneficial things that you can really say to a homeowner. And apartment complexes. Apartment complexes, it gets very big, all right? So I gave you the first benefit with apartment complexes, which is the 3-year lease, okay? Another benefit with apartment complexes is if you're simply about to get ready to get multiple units, all right? Multiple units. You can save a lot of money on rent when you get multiple units, okay? And with a 3-year lease, this is major, okay? This is major because when, like I said, when you're getting this 3-year lease, you're able to now negotiate. And especially if you're getting multiple units with this one apartment complex, okay? You're able to negotiate, hey, listen, well, since I'm signing a 3-year lease, will you be able to save me some money on the front end so I can get everything ready to be able to operate for, you know, my corporate housing company, all right? You want to let them know that. And once you say that you want to save some money, you pretty much want to throw out there the 8 weeks, okay? You don't want to throw out there, most people try to say a month. We want to head for the big shot, and hopefully they come down from the big shot down to a month, okay? But we're going to head for the big shot first, which is going to be the 8 weeks, okay? So you want to let them know, hey, listen, is it possible that we can save some money on 8 weeks of free rent, okay? We have to be able to operate, set everything up to get our corporate housing company ready. All right. And we are going to sign a 3-year lease with you. Now, that is very beneficial for apartments, apartment complexes, and not homeowners, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be getting homeowners with multiple properties unless we're about to get ready to talk about this also within this video. Now, nobody really talks about this that I see on YouTube, but I'm going to talk about this. Now, I just gave you guys 2 benefits for homeowners and landlords when you guys are talking to them when you're trying to save money on the first month's free rent, okay? I mean, when you're trying to save money on the first month's rent, all right? You can save money on the first month's rent and also the second month's rent. You just have to be able to try for it, okay? You have to be able to push for it. Worst case scenario, they say no, or they say, hey, listen, well, we can give you a month worth of free rent. Okay, you see how that works? You gave them the high number, then boom. All right, psychology, y'all. But, all right. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, this is another thing, like I said, nobody talks about on their YouTube channel. This is very beneficial when it comes to the Airbnb market, I feel like. And that is simply finding buyers, okay? Finding buyers. Kai, what do you mean by buyers? Well, I just gave you the example when we're finding homeowners, okay? Homeowners that actually own their home, but they're looking to sell it, right? To a buyer. Now, the buyer is somebody that usually goes out and buys properties, whether he goes and buys them and restores them, goes and gets them and just puts a tenant in them, right? He's a buyer. That's what he does, okay? Now, if you are able to find a buyer, which you usually find buyers through the seller, all right? Did you guys just hear what I said? You find the seller, which I would say suggest you guys go through some of my videos to find out exactly how to find these people, how to find the sellers, or go check out my ebook down in the description below. How to find these sellers, okay? And with these sellers and you having a relationship and building a relationship with these sellers, 9 times out of 10, if you're pushing to be able to get to know the buyer, also if they're selling the house and you get that buyer linked in, this is the good part to that, okay? Now, that buyer goes out and naturally buys property, like I said, right? They go out and naturally buy property on the usual. Now, when they go buy properties, the one thing that they have in common that they always have to get, no matter what they're doing on the property, getting it and restoring it and then flipping it, or, not flipping it, or putting a tenant in it, or whatever they are planning to do with it, okay? They have to get a tenant in it, okay? or whoever they are selling it to, the buyer plans on restoring it and selling it, they have to sell it to somebody that is going to eventually get a tenant inside, right? Now, the whole point of this is they have to get a tenant inside the property, a tenant. Now, mind you, when we go to these apartment complexes, we are a tenant, okay? Even if we are putting it under our business name, we are considered as a tenant, okay? Now, the buyer is going to be looking for a tenant. If you have a good relationship with him, okay, imagine what type of benefit you would give him if you were able to tell him, hey, listen, and he already knows what you do. He already knows the industry, right, that you are in. And let's just say he gets familiar with your business model. He likes it, okay? Like I said, you're getting familiar with this buyer. And after a while, that buyer's going to call you and say, hey, listen, I just got this property on so-so an avenue. Will you be able to come up and sign a 3-year lease with me, or sign some type of lease with me to be able to go ahead and do Airbnb? I just got this property. I want to go ahead and get the lease signed and get a tenant inside. Now, with having a tenant inside, it's very beneficial to them because they get appreciation on the property. Okay, they start to get the value of the property starts to go up as a tenant is inside. So this is the amazing part about everything. Everybody needs everybody within the industry. Okay, you just have to be able to find these people and build a relationship. Now, did you just hear what I said? He's going to call you, all right, and say, hey, listen, I just got this property on blah, blah avenue, right? I need you to come over here, look at it, and hopefully we can sign a lease, okay? Boom, you just got called. That was something you didn't even go out to apartment complex and go get. That is major, okay? And that business model definitely works, especially if you have a buyer that's going out and buying properties, at least 3 properties a month. If he's buying at least 3 properties a month, imagine how major that is for you. If you have somebody calling you for properties and you're not having to go up and sell to all these apartment complexes. That is major, okay? Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this information. I definitely enjoyed talking about the information. It always helps me get a better understanding, if that makes sense. But make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe and like to this channel, okay? I will be updating you guys all this year of 2022 with information to help your business grow. All right, and yeah, that's it. That's it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's your boy, Kai Gibson, and I'm out.